Hello ChatGPT, a challenging question.
Hi there, I'm ready for your challenging question. What's on your mind?
Is the hostility between Jews and Muslims rooted in history?
The relationship between Jewish and Muslim communities has a long and complex history. While there have been periods of cooperation and peaceful coexistence, there have also been times of conflict and tension. Historically, these tensions have often been influenced by a variety of social, political, and economic factors, as well as broader geopolitical events. It's important to approach this topic with sensitivity and an understanding of the diverse experiences and perspectives within each community. The history between Jewish and Muslim communities spans over centuries and is shaped by many factors. In the early days of Islam, there were interactions between Jewish tribes and the early Muslim community in the Arabian Peninsula. There were periods of cooperation as well as conflict, influenced by political and social dynamics. Over the centuries, the relationship has been influenced by various empires, migrations, and interactions across different regions. For instance, in medieval Spain, during the period known as the Islamic Golden Age, there were times of cultural and intellectual flourishing among Muslims, Jews, and Christians. However, conflicts have also occurred, often driven by political, territorial, and religious disputes. In modern times, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has significantly impacted relations between Jewish and Muslim communities globally. It's essential to recognize that these relationships vary widely across different times and places, and many individuals and groups work towards mutual understanding and peace.
What are the fundamental differences between Muslims and Jews that date back to the early period of Islam?
The fundamental differences between Muslims and Jews that date back to the early period of Islam are primarily based on religious beliefs and practices. 1. Prophethood and revelation. Muslims believe that Prophet Muhammad is the final prophet and that the Quran is the final and complete revelation from God. Jews do not recognize Muhammad as a prophet and follow the teachings of the Hebrew Bible, Tanakh. 2. Religious law. Muslims follow Sharia, which is derived from the Quran and Hadith, sayings and actions of Muhammad. Jews follow Halakha, a set of Jewish religious laws derived from the Torah and Talmud. 3. Religious practices. Muslims pray 5 times a day, fast during the month of Ramadan, and follow specific dietary laws, halal. Jews have different practices, such as observing the Sabbath, Shabbat, from Friday evening to Saturday evening, and following kosher dietary laws. 4. Holy sites. Muslims consider Mecca and Medina as their holiest cities, while Jews consider Jerusalem and the Western Wall as central to their faith. These differences are rooted in their distinct religious foundations and interpretations of spiritual teachings.
Are the religious teachings of Judaism and Islam inherently in conflict?
Judaism and Islam are distinct monotheistic religions with their own beliefs, practices, and traditions. While there are some similarities, such as the belief in one God and some shared prophets, there are also significant differences. Catholicism, as a branch of Christianity, has its own unique beliefs and practices. It shares some common roots with Judaism and Islam, such as the belief in one God and the importance of ethical conduct. However, Catholicism has distinct teachings about Jesus Christ, the sacraments, and the role of the Church. In summary, while there are some commonalities between these Abrahamic faiths, their religious teachings and practices are not inherently interconnected. Each religion has its own distinct identity and beliefs.
Has the concept of the chosen people in Judaism contributed to hostility toward Islam?
The concept of the chosen people in Judaism refers to the belief that the Jewish people have a special covenant with God. This belief is about responsibility and a commitment to ethical behavior and spiritual teachings, rather than superiority. It's important to understand that religious concepts and beliefs can be interpreted in various ways by different individuals and communities. While there have been historical conflicts between different religious groups, including between Jews and Muslims, these conflicts are often influenced by a range of social, political, and economic factors, rather than purely religious teachings. Many people and groups from both faiths work toward understanding, cooperation, and peace.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask anytime.